And joining me now, the head coach of the Bulloch Academy Gators, Pat Collins. And Coach, you guys were able to wrap up the regular season in style with a big victory against Frederica, the defending state champs, down at their place, even down in St. Simon's. It sounded like, from all accounts, things were going pretty well on both sides of the ball.
Josh, it was a complete team victory. I was very, very pleased with many things. As he's been all year, Olin Anderson was stellar with his kicking. Our defense played tremendous. They took their first drive and they were able to get the ball down the field and score. It took them several plays, but from that point on, our defense really shut them down. One stat that just really jumped off the page at me when I was doing the stats regarding the defense is our defense allowed only 29 yards rushing on 22 carries by Frederica, and I think for anybody that's tremendous, especially when you consider the skill players they have. Offensively, I thought we did exactly what we needed to do to beat a very athletic team. We controlled the tempo and everything with our offense. We had 69 offensive snaps, which is unheard of for a high school football game. I thought our offensive line executed extremely well. Rodney Hill, once again, he had 31 carries, and Rodney was 205 or so yards. Jake Wasden had another 22 carries, and he was right around 100 yards himself. Both Rodney and Jake scored. And then late in the game, Cam Harrison had to come in, and Cam contributed very, very positively, and he had tacked on a touchdown of his own. So they're a very formidable team. They have tremendous athletes. They have diverse schemes on offense, and they're very multiple with their defense as well. They're a very, very good football team. They're hard to defend because they do so many things, and they do so many things well, and they have very, very good players. So they're coached by Eric Soliday. Eric Soliday, for those who do not know, he's like I am. He's a retired GHSA coach. Coach Soliday's won a couple of state championships when he was coaching at America. So he's been around the block a time or two himself.
What do you feel like you guys have to do in order to pick up a victory here Friday night?
Well, I think the formula for us is somewhat the same as it's been the last several weeks. We've got to get stops on defense. We've got to limit their big plays because they've got so many playmakers. We just have to try to contain that. And then offensively, we have got to take care of the football or run the football well and try to control the situation somewhat with our offense. And then, as always, it goes without saying, you've got to be sound in your kicking game. And if we can do those things, I think we're going to be in very good shape. Later in the week, the weather forecast, and it can change day to day, but it does call for cooler temperatures. It calls for some rain on Friday. So, I would like to think that our style is built for that type of condition as opposed to a team that really wanted to throw it around a lot.
All right, so the Gators hosting Tiftarea. The Panthers coming in 7:30 Friday night for the opening round of the state. I guess the tickets are $10 for admission. No GISA passes are taken for this game, and students get in for $8. So stay with us. Speaking of students, we'll hear from a couple Gator players coming up next.
Ready for fall? Us too at RJ Pope. Get ready to cheer on your favorite team in a new performance polo from Peter Millar, Southern Tide and AFCO. Ladies, we have the best brands and trending fashions. Complete your look with one of our best-selling shoe brands, Soft, On Cloud, and Free People. Shop these brands and so much more at one of our 3 locations, RJ Pope Buckhead, Downtown, and Vidalia.
And joining me now, a couple of the Bulloch Academy players. We have Cam Harrison and Riley Joyce, and a big victory this past week, Riley, against Frederica, as you guys assured yourselves of a home playoff game in the number 2 seed. What do you feel like were the keys to the win Friday?
Well, it was absolutely a grudge match. It was Frederica last year disrespected us and beat us terribly, and that whole week we were probably one of our most physical weeks at practice, just getting ready to go beat them down. We knew they couldn't hang with us just in terms of physicality.
All right. Well, Cam, for the game, I know that you had to come step in a little bit there toward the end of the game, and I know that the offense really moved the ball and the defense played well also. Tell us about the X's and O's, how you feel like that went.
It came down to how we were and how we prepared for that. We knew something was going to happen. That's what we prepared for, and like something did happen. And unfortunately, I had to step up and become a leader at that point, and I stepped up to the plate. And I believe the offensive line and defensive line did what they had to do, and they helped me do what I had to do. And Riley, of course, helped tremendously with the game that we had to do.
Okay, well, this week you get, because of you winning, you get to host the state playoff. It should be a good atmosphere here at Bulloch Academy. You guys have Tiftarea coming in. What do you expect out of them?
From what I heard from some friends, Tiftarea is a lot like Frederica. They're going to be speedy, quick things, but if we play like we did against Fred with the offensive line beating them down and the defense stopping them whenever they do their little trick plays and things like that, things that don't work again second time, we should beat them.
All right, your thoughts, Cam. What do you know about Tiftarea? What do you expect?
I know that their defensive line is going to be quick, so of course the offensive line is going to have to be physical this week. It's going to be a tough week to prepare for. I mean, we usually don't do good in the first round at BA, but this year I believe that we can actually do something, and I believe that in our offensive line and our offense and defense and our coaches that we can fulfill our destiny.
All right, that game 7:30 at Gator Alley. Get out there and support Bulloch Academy.